Hello, today we're gonna talk about artifact builds in Stalcraft X. You just need to know about two things. Like everywhere is sniper rifle, so polyhedron got high value right now. Also, after upgrading every 5 levels, artifact is getting additional stats and polyhedron is getting minus bio, so it means he can sustain some other artifacts, while also it got usage value and blocking damage. The way how the polyhedron works is if you get damage, like the probably you need IT to damage to take to trigger this effect, and this will block some amount of damage. So for example, if sniper rifle will hit me like 200 damage, it will trigger, so damage will be reduced by 90, so I will get 110 damage. So if my total health right now is 460, I will get like 110, so it's like a quarter of my health instead of half. So polyhedron might save your ass when you are squishy armored like scientist or combo. And second important thing is that every loot right now is super heavy. Like before you could get like 30 kilograms and sell it to fans for like 300k. Right now if you get 100 kilograms you can sell it for like 150. So you need carry weight in your build, or at least a slot to swap some artifacts to carry weight artifacts after you will get some loot. Okay, first build is for beginner players who don't have a Hive or Beers than 6 yet, and you're just using any backpack like Soviet travel backpack or NPA or any other backpack that you can buy from the market. And I recommend you using just 2 Emberites for carry weight, 1 artifact with minus Psy like White Rose because it will grant you additional carry weight, and 1 artifact with minus radiation. It's whatever what you will take. Instead of White Rose you can take Lamp to increase your Psy emission protection if you will go to high Psy area like Labyrinth and you don't have a Red Scientist yet. Here we go to most classic build for a PvP Hive container. It's like just 1 shard, 1 sun, 1 mama beads, and 2 prism. Instead, prisms, they are super expensive right now. Of course, if you don't have budget, you can decrease like quality, because like shard. Uncommon shard right now is like 1.2, but special is like 6 million. So obviously, if you don't have money for the like blue quality, just take a little weaker. Just remember that upgrading artifacts above +10 it might be very expensive. Of course, it's RNG, but sometimes I was spending like 6 million of rubles per 1 artifacts from +10 to +15, when I was unlucky. So yeah, just be aware of that sometimes it's better to buy better artifact, because upgrading it might be expensive anyway, so you won't save as much money as you might think. But green artifact, from the other hand, a green artifact grants you like 2.7, so it's like 3.7 vitality, but if you will increase it to blue quality, it just like 3.9, so you will get 0.3 vitality, but you will spend like 5 times more. So obviously it's your decision how you'll do it. In this build you got few variations, because there's no carry weight. I said that carry weight is super important. Also prism are super expensive right now, so you can instead take it was called shrimp, I believe, right now. Yeah. So shrimp is much more cheaper, so you can take much better quality, and instead take 2 shrimps. You will lose like 20 bullet resistance, but you will get around 30 something carry weight, I believe. 45 even, yeah. So it will be much cheaper, and you got carry weight, but a little bit less survivability. Also, instead of sun, you might take, it was Firebird, like now it's called. Yeah, these artifacts will grant you a lot of healing effectiveness, health regeneration, and minus bleeding, but no vitality. So it's one of variation. It's really cheap. This artifact is really cheap, so you can get like even the red one maybe if you will have a good deal on the market. Next build I'm recommending for Hive is the build with polyhedron, because this build will allow you to put 2 shards into container. Overall, in my opinion, shard is the best artifact in the terms of survival, because all of his stats are about heal and healing effectiveness and vitality, so there's no like wasted stats. Because if you will look on Snake Eye, he grants like vitality, but there's a lot of stamina and some movement speed. 2 movement speed is not enough to feel any difference in the PvP, so it's not like primary stat, and you cannot stack it a lot with this build, so it's like not maybe wasted stat, but you won't feel difference with this. So like artifact like shard is top quality because usually there's no other artifact with all 3 best stats, I guess. So stacking shards in build are always good, but you can put only one type of that artifact into Hive. But because we got polyhedron, you can put at least 2. So you got in this build a lot of vitality and some healing effectiveness and health regeneration, but also you will eat 1 additional bullet from sniper rifle because of the polyhedron, so it's a really nice build. Next build, I call them plebe builds because they are just budget. They are really budget for intermediate players, we can say. Just if you wanna carry weight and a little bit of survivability without any other stats, you can try 2 Veiners with 3 shrimps or 2 Veiners with 3 steel hedgehogs. With this build you got almost no carry weight, but over 90 bullet resistance, and as you see they are just green artifacts plus 10, so only one Veiner needs to be with a Psy emission because otherwise you won't be able to sustain it. So these 2 builds are for like mid game. I don't recommend upgrading these artifacts at above plus 10 because they are not worth of doing it. This is the best, probably the best movement speed build for the Hive. Overall, Birsden is better for movement speed and Hive is better for survival, but of course you can mix those artifacts in other containers, and with this build you can get like 20 movement speed. Just be aware that bracelet right now is ridiculously expensive, so I just put only green quality. Spear are probably same, hedgehog, ice hedgehog is super cheap, I guess. Yeah, it's like blue quality is 100, purple is 600, so if you can feel free to buy purple one. Next is Birsden 6. If you wanna the best movement speed build in the game, this is the one. Just of course be aware of that those artifacts are ridiculously expensive, so if you got lower budget, just take green bracelets instead of purple, obviously. And also Whirlwind is very controversial artifact because you can get them only during the morning. I mean morning, winter, not morning. And they super expensive right now. But even if you will take like 90 quality, let's say, he will be already much better than the any other speed artifacts expect of bracelet, obviously. So you see, even with something like this, I got still plus 21% movement speed, so it's but this build got no carry weight, so just be aware of that. But if you will kill some Hig guy, you can get like Amberite. One should fit there, I believe. Yeah, one Amberite will fit there, and you will get still a little bit of movement speed and carry weight. So this build is one of the designed for artifact hunting or for hunting players who are hunting artifacts. But always you can got this option to swap one artifact during the fight, I mean after fight, to just Amberite if you will kill a Hig guy and you wanna loot him. Next build is much cheaper than the previous one, and it's using polyhedron like because as I said, you got a lot of snipers right now. Obviously this build got also no carry weight because it's also designed for hunting people that are hunting artifacts or just collecting artifacts. With this build, Ice Hedgehog, because it's cheap, you can even put like pink quality because it's like 600k for one, and with this build you can get almost 20 movement speed, and also you got polyhedron, so you can survive one bolty headshot, because if you will collecting artifacts, usually you are in scientist, so polyhedron with this build might save your ass. Also, I don't recommend upgrading these white whirlwinds above 10. I forgot to mention about that because they are not worth of doing it. In winter, in like 2 or 3 months, you will be able to get them anyway. And here you got one build for fighting in Birsden 6. It's designed to be used in combo armors like JD Zivkas, like Hounds or Raps 6, because it will increase your healing from this armor, and it will almost be doubled. So instead of healing 3% health per second in JDZ cast, you will heal like 5.7 or something like this. Also, your vitality will be much higher, and you will get a lot of also passive health regeneration, additional health regeneration, and you will get a little bit of carry weight. So this build is for fighting in combo. Overall, I don't like using Birsten for fighting, because in my opinion, Hive is better for PvP and Birsten is better for movement speed. But of course you can use it, it's like your decision. There's even one additional variation of this build. You will just put additional shard and then you will put polyhedron. And probably it will, yeah, it works. So you got like 16% vitality, 71 healing, 14 regen generation, but also you got polyhedron, so you won't get sniped by some motherfucker. But you don't have carry weight in this build. I guess you can put one, probably amberite. We will check if it work. Yeah, so in this build you can also swap one artifact for the amberite when you will go back with the loot. No, probably most important tip, be creative. Like Birsten 6 got many opportunities, many combinations of artifacts. There is no like most optimal for survival, because some people will say that it's better to just have the highest amount of bullet resistance to survive one more bullet. Other will tell you to have a lot of healing effectiveness or regeneration to come back from the fight if you will get wounded. But there's no one like best solution, so you just need to be creative. Here you got, for example, like transformer and polyhedron to hold 2 shards and 2 steel hedgehogs. You got like plus 58 bullet resistance, some vitality, healing effectiveness, regeneration, a little bit of carry weight. So just be creative. Also, small conclusion at the end, you can use this changing serum from the season pass. You can get around 40 something of it during the entire season pass. You can swap the bonus of artifacts that you don't want to increase above plus 10, because amberite can have carry weight, movement speed, and stamina, I believe. So if you won't get carry weight, you can roll it with this serum, and you got chance to not only reroll quality of the artifact, but also bonus. So it's good way to upgrade artifacts that you don't want to upgrade anymore.